Hello, I'm back for another episode here of Wearable Takeover podcast. I'm your host, Lakeisha Greenwade. And let me tell you, as a beginner in the tech industry, you most likely may have heard the term hackathon. You must have wondered, what is that about? Is this a good thing or is that a bad thing? And for something that sounds like really exciting and fun, it's only fitting that you get inquisitive. So this program over the years has been a sensation among students and programmers, both new and professional. And the reason for its popularity is that while it is fun, it also consists of a number of practical perks as you participate. So in today's episode, I'll be taking you through what a hackathon is and all there is to know about it. So get yourself strapped in because this will be one heck of a ride. And so without further ado, let's get into the episode. Now, the question of what a hackathon is. If you've never attended one, a hackathon is basically a competition where you're challenged to create a prototype for a product or a problem you wish to solve. And these problems could be technical, educational, social, or related to any field. And so in this program that typically happens over a weekend, but at Wearable Tech Ventures, we have created different types of models. We've created a week-long and some hackathons that happen over a weekend. But basically, participants are made to come together in teams. And this could be virtually or in person or a hybrid type scenario. And these teams are made up of different skill sets to figure out a solution to whatever problem. And so sometimes these hackathons are organized by universities or companies, and they range in a number of different sizes, meaning you could have one with 30 people or another with hundreds to thousands of attendees. Here at Wearable Tech Ventures, we actually curated and presented the world's largest wearable tech hackathon. And we did this in a virtual setting. And so moving forward in the future, you can expect to participate in a hackathon hosted by Wearable Tech Ventures in a virtual setting as well as in person and what we call hybrid. So one very good organization for these types of events, of course, is us. And we have partners that have experience with doing this. So now that we've been able to discuss what a hackathon is, you most likely have gotten an idea of who can go to this event. And this is really important, especially for underrepresented talent. In many cases, we may have never heard about an event such as a hackathon, and a lot of recruiters tend to go to these places too. So that's why we incorporate tech skills building into our hackathons, okay? And so there's a misconception amongst a lot of people that you have to be fluent in hacking or coding or that hacking is bad. No, we're all for good. So it's simply not necessary that you have any pre-knowledge about coding before you attend, because our hackathon, in fact, the main aim of this event is to help you to learn through workshops that we make available, some that are live and some that are on demand, so that you have introductory courses to programming or designs, and also access to people that can help coach and mentor you throughout the particular process. So there are many different streams put together for beginners that will enable you to learn. So again, pre-knowledge is not necessary. Then there's the fact that many people believe that you need to be a programmer to be in a hackathon, but that's not the main skill set or the only skill set that is needed. It's a misconception, right? So for product ideations, which we tend to focus on a lot, especially for our beginner crowd, you will require skill sets such as product management, marketing, design, and public speaking to help you adequately pitch your product. So hackathons aren't for programmers alone. So you know what a hackathon is and who can go to a hackathon now. So next up, we'll be giving you the perfect motivation for why you should go to a hackathon and what you stand to gain. Yes, the very first and obvious takeaway from hackathons is the fact that you get to win prizes, from gift cards to cash prizes to gaming chairs and whatnot. We even have like some cool swag with t-shirts that says, this is what a founder looks like, or this is what a coder looks like, this is what a creator looks like. We even have these amazing necklaces that are for founders and leaders, and they're amazing. You could even shower in them. Just ask me, I know, right? They come in 16 and 18 inches, gold, silver, rose gold, or whatnot. So we have access to all those things. And even at our hackathons, we'll be giving away some cool VR equipment, virtual reality equipment, and gaming equipment. So again, there is so much to gain. And so if you're given a full weekend to explore different things, maybe you haven't necessarily been privy to before, it's more than just languages and frameworks and apps, but it's also business opportunities. So, as out of place as it might sound, over time, many companies have stemmed out of different hackathon programs. And all they had to do was come up with an idea, develop a prototype, and go on to continue building it. It's the perfect playground for those that may want to try something new or may want to grow in innovation. So if you thought I was done with a list of opportunities, I'm sorry to tell you, or maybe I'm happy to tell you, that there is more. And this is one that I love because it has to do with networking. Many people do not realize how much they stand to gain from simply talking to other people. So while you get the chance to communicate with your fellow attendees, you also have sponsors from these businesses that send out their recruiters for university jobs or full-time roles. And in some cases, you could get lucky and have a speed interview right there during the program. So with that said, it's time for us to explore how hackathons actually work. The very first thing I would advise you to do before you leave for a hackathon is that you make sure you have enough energy, more than enough energy, that you know what to do with. And so you'll need it because you may be staying up for 30 hours or more, or maybe taking power naps in between. So trust me when I say, especially because ours at Wearable Tech Ventures, they're beginner friendly. You want to have that energy and access to food and drink and whatnot. Okay. So again, moving on, remember that I mentioned that working in teams is something you have to do during this program. Well, in some cases, you can always ask your friends who get accepted to the hackathon to be on the same team, especially because you may not know anyone else there, all right? But what do you do in the case that your friends don't sign up and you might be the Lone Ranger? Well, I'll tell you what, it's easy. Most of the times, hackathons, and especially ours, we create a channel for that purpose so that you can connect with other people and create a team. It's called team formation. So here you can easily form your team after making an introduction. But when you're doing this, make sure you look out for skill sets that will suit what it is that you want to create, or how you can add value to a team that may already be formed and may be missing a skill set that perhaps you have to offer. Now, before I bring this episode and video to a close, again, because you can listen to this on any of your major podcasting platforms and watch it on YouTube, another thing people ask about is how to come up with projects for hackathons. And so that isn't much of a hassle. You can simply choose the sponsored challenges to win a prize, or simply use that as motivation, or you can develop something that's based off of the particular tracks that are presented. One last option you have is to take some of the courses that are available and workshops that are available to stimulate ideation as you go through the hackathon experience. So whatever you choose, the important thing is that you take note of these challenges, what they're after, and of course, the prize. And ultimately, the prize, and especially when we talk about the underrepresented community, the prize is getting in the game. Getting in the game and experiencing it at least once. So depending on when the information is passed across, just make sure you have a list of all that is needed when you need to get with your team, and you could go ahead and individually think of best ideas to execute the task in a unique way. So make sure you have fun and learn something, because at the end of the day, that's what hackathons are all about. So hopefully with this episode, you were able to learn a few things about hackathons. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you do smash the like button. And if you're new here, subscribe and click the bell notification so you're the first to know when we drop a new video. And before I totally sign off, make sure you go to wearabletechventures.org and sign up for our hackathons. We have some amazing experiences that are totally free for you this year. All right, guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and keep on innovating. Yeah.